everyone. In today's video, we are going to look at how to program a robot to follow a line. So let's go ahead, make a new project, and we'll go ahead and rename it. We'll just go ahead and call it line following. You should be pretty familiar with this by now, and then we'll go ahead and save that. This video will be a little bit more complicated just because we're looking at how to program sensors now, and there's quite a few blocks that we haven't taken a look at. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go down here into this control section. So this section has blocks that we can use to wait, we can do repeats, loops, different control statements. So the block that we're going to start with is a forever loop. So we're going to grab this block, and this loop is basically going to loop whatever we put inside of it forever. So basically until we tell it to stop. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to find this if then else block. You're probably wondering, Owen, what is this block? Basically, this will tell whatever we do, if this case is true, then do this, and if it's not true, it's going to do this. So we want to come down to the sensor section. We are using our light sensor for this. So the color sensors that most of you have in your robots, we're going to grab this first block. So this block says if the reflected light is less than, equal to, or greater than a certain percent value, then it's going to do whatever we put down here. So what do we put down there? Well, we're going to put some moving blocks. So we're going to grab this very last block down here that we looked at before in the previous videos that says start moving at 50% speed. And then we're going to go ahead and also put that down here. So I have my brick connected here. If you can see right here, this third color sensor that we have plugged in, it's reflecting light right now. It's sitting over a black line. So it's reflecting light anywhere between about 30 and 35%. It'll change depending on where it is, but to play this safe, we're going to say if the reflected light intensity is greater than 35%, it's going to do something. So if it's greater than 35%, that means it's sitting on the line. We want it to turn to the right. We want it to go away. If it's greater than 35, we want to bring it back to the line. That means there's too much light being reflected. So we're going to go ahead and put in 20 and 5. So this will give us a slow, smooth turn like we looked at before. So smooth turn is going to turn to the right slowly. However, if it's less than 35%, that means it's seeing the black line. We want it to turn back to the left. So we want it to go away from the line. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to switch these values. So it's going to give a nice smooth turn to the left. So let me recap this for you. So this basically says if the light that's reflected that we're getting from our color sensor, so that's what we're reading from up here, is greater than 35%, then we want it to turn to the right, which means it's going to turn back to the line. And if it's seeing less than 35, that means it's seeing the line. We want it to turn left. So it's going to do a constant motion of left and right to follow the edge of the line all the way along. Let's take a look and see how this works. All right, now that we've seen how that works, you should have a pretty good understanding of how that works. I know this is definitely more complicated than anything we've looked at, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm more than willing to help you. There definitely will be some more code that we'll write with this. This is just the part of following the line, so we'll have to write code to actually get to the line to follow it, and then we'll have to write code for telling it how long to follow it for, because we obviously can't follow it forever. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and